here we are. We're back.
We're back.
For another riveting episode of Cosmos with Cosmos Live. So welcome, Jack. I kind of wish now we were talking about space tomatoes, but it would be, what would space tomatoes look like?
Depends on the planet, I suppose, and the soil composition. You can get the green, you red,
You can get some
yellows,
space potatoes.
Space potatoes. What do you do with those?
Space asparagus.
What's space potatoes? What's space taters, eh?
Potatoes.
That's a drink!
Wait, not yet.
I'm doing a drink anyway.
Okay, anyway. Oh, I'm glad you like the rainbow title card. We're just gonna keep that because it's cool.
Might as well, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
We're well beyond Pride Month, so.
Every month is Pride Month.
Every month is, I like that. Every month is Pride Month. Every month is full of rainbows.
So, who are you? Are you Liz? We should do a little introduction there, who we are.
Yeah, I haven't actually started the
I
official
thought we
show
started.
yet. No, I was
God.
I was doing the welcome to
welcome,
people
Jack.
that are watching. So that's it. We haven't started the actual show because I gotta have you give me like the countdown and stuff.
Oh, the countdown, yes.
Yeah. All right. So count me down. We'll get this party started.
A second. B movie on Killer Tomatoes. Could be this.
Oh,
What?
yeah. Yeah, I think I know what movie you're talking about.
Attack of the Killer
Tomatoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's a name?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what. Yeah. Good campy fun.
Yeah, we should watch it.
Yeah.
Watch
it'll be
it
fun.
tonight.
We always find shit we say we're gonna watch right after the pod, and then we don't.
We do rarely.
We did watch Contact.
Of course.
From last time. We did
Well,
watch Contact.
You can't not watch Contact.
All right, count me in. Let's get this party
And
started.
here we go. In 5, 4. Hi.
Hey everyone, welcome to Cosmos with Cosmos. As always, I'm Liz.
I'm Mike.
I'm Brandon.
And this week we're talking about space tornadoes.
Twister.
Why?
I don't know why I just did that, but it felt right.
No,
So I went for
it doesn't. It never feels right now. You can't. It's not a right thing to do.
Uh,
Anyway,
What did you do?
I
you
did
did
the
a
Michael Jackson.
went like a
hee-hee.
hee.
I have no idea why.
No,
No, we
don't
can't.
do that.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
well, I rescind my
Jesus.
previous remark.
Anyway.
We'll cut that out.
So we're talking space weather in this episode, but before...
Courtesy of your mom.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. She forwarded me an article. She likes to forward me space articles because she knows what I'm into. And she forwarded one that was about basically the MMS probe that was able to study from this like 100-year-old theory essentially on contactless plasma, and you can really only study it and make these like fine observations in the vacuum of space.
Yep.
And so it was able to do that and give us more insight on contactless plasma.
Well,
Ooh.
yeah, and but also it what comes out of it is a better understanding of
Space weather. So we're like, hey, we're gonna do an episode on space weather. So thanks, Mom, for that handy tip.
But the way it was described to me was not space weather. All I heard for the past week was space tornadoes.
Because that sounds fun.
I had no idea what those were, so I kind of freaked out and like, went in multiple rabbit holes trying to find out space
What
tornadoes.
a space tornado.
Did you find any?
I've got a couple or tornadoes that occur on other worlds.
Okay,
or
well, we'll
things like
get
that.
there then.
Well,
See,
then those are
we
space
got
tornadoes.
something, yeah.
We did it.
Hey.
All right. So, but before we get started, of course, we need to go into our drinks. So, Brandon, what do you got there, classy man?
Classy man, yes. Well, because I was on the frame of reference of space tornadoes and twisters in space, I have a twister drink. It is called a roll the map. Just roll the map, man.
Roll the map.
So you gotta, first of all, roll the map, because when you fold the map, you get creases in it, and that way it's difficult to see what roads are right. Go watch Twister. So this is just bourbon and amaretto.
Nice. That actually makes sense. And the maps are so hard to fold back anyway.
Oh yeah, it's why you gotta roll them.
That's why you gotta roll.
roll the maps.
Roll the map.
Wait a minute. You can fold them out. What?
How do you
How do you
fold this map?
do you fold
It
the
comes in the
phone?
phone.
What's a map?
Yeah.
All right, what are you drinking, Mike?
Well, it's It's a dark and stormy. I didn't even change the name. It's a dark and stormy, and it is basically a Moscow Mule but with rum, and so you would normally make it with dark rum.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we had dark rum. We did not have dark
no,
rum.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I had
Oh,
to
no.
use the regular rum, and to give it that kind of a dark look, I put a little cherry Dr. Pepper in there, and it's actually not bad.
Oh,
Okay,
it's not
good,
bad?
good.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I would like a little.
So it's dark and stormy. This would be like a dark and brooding. 'Cause
Dark
it's
and
it's not
brooding.
quite stormy
Oh.
with extra rum, so,
So
it's
it's
just a little
just
brooding.
brooding.
Yes.
Yeah, dark and brooding. All right.
And it was supposed to be dark and stormy today, but it is
It's
sunny.
bright.
And it's not even brooding.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Maybe later today.
Anyway, I am drinking a Little Ice Age, which is basically strawberry sorbet blended with peach vodka and regular vodka. Optional addition is a little Cool Whip on top, which I didn't do this time,
Oh.
but it does taste it does taste
dollop?
nice, a little dollop,
Oh,
a little dollop.
And
Of
what's
Cool Whip.
Jack drinking?
Jack's got a hazelnut and honey iced
oh my
lattes
God.
using Japanese style cold brew. I don't know what
Oh.
that is,
That
but
sounds amazing.
In honor of the Olympics.
it always sounds
Oh, that could do it.
amazing. Oh, that's a good connection.
I don't
already-
know
I
if
already
that
forgot
is
about the
what
Olympics.
Jack was doing, but we got one more week of this.
Mmm.
I think we
Yeah.
got one more week.
Yeah, we got more baseball to play.
track
More
and field.
track and field to do. I'm sure there's like water polo final or something.
Okay.
Rugby's done, huh? So I
Yeah.
don't care
Is
anymore.
gymnastics still going?
I don't know. Simone
That's all I care about.
Simone Biles pulled out a couple more events.
Ooh, Jax just said to try mine with mint vodka. Yeah, like a strawberry mint kind of slushy. Citrus vodka works well too. I
And
did
then
do citrus
On
vodka.
the side, you should have some Annie's mint chocolates, because those are delicious.
Yes.
Those are
Yeah.
delectable.
Yeah. Ooh, it's been a while since I've had any of these. Anyway.
You gonna rein this back in?
Yeah, I'm reining it back in right now. Okay, so of course, follow us on all the things Cosmos with Cosmos at Drinking Cosmos on the twits. I don't know what kids are calling it these days. And Cosmos with Cosmos on the grams. I don't know. I'm trying to be hip.
The twits.
The twits.
The twits.
The twits.
Okay.
Started now. Copyright. The twits.
Okay, you gotta stop.
Where a bunch of twits are. Anyway. And we do have some rules, of course. So, if some dogs bark in the background, and if we make nerdy-ass references to Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, take a drink. And an extra rule that we were hoping we would enact, but it's probably not going to happen. But
No.
just in case, if we hear thunder, it's also a drink.
Yeah.
So for those of you, watching on the stream, do we have to take a drink with a mic shirt?
No.
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 Okay.
No. This is courtesy of my daughter.
Yeah.
It's
Birthday present. She has one too, so we're gonna be twinsies.
It's
Adorable.
Baby Yoda on the shirt.
Yeah.
Looks fantastic.
Susanna sent this to me. So, the
It's-
real star of the show.
The child from your child.
Wait.
Yes.
You just said. Did you apologize to Smeagol for saying that?
No.
The real
no.
star of the show.
Oh
Ouch.
no!
Ouch.
Is
Look at his
Ouch.
face. Look at how he's feeling about that. He's
Looking
he's
over your
just,
shoulder.
He's gonna murder you.
he's gonna.
He's
yeah,
got
I mean,
murderous
Kill him,
eyes.
Kill them both.
Kill him. Anyway, all right. Space weather,
Space weather,
everybody.
guys.
Space weather.
Yeah,
it is.
sweet.
I think that first we need to start off with just a little bit of what is weather? What is weather defined as? Brandon?
Look at me.
Yeah, because
Oh my
you
goodness.
Googled it earlier to get an
You were
actual
there,
definition. I don't
so-
remember.
Really, at a high level, weather is just atmospheric events occurring on Earth, for example. High pressures, low pressures, winds, the mixture of all that combining to create hot and cold. That's a general description of weather, just how it feels outside.
Okay, yeah, and I would like to just make a note of a difference between weather and
Yes.
climate. Whereas climate is more long-term weather trends, and the overall, climate of the planet.
Yeah. All because you're getting snow on a Tuesday does not mean that the world is all of a sudden cooling.
Yes,
No, it
whereas-
is still warming.
Yeah, whereas weather is those day-to-day, daily changes in, Earth system processes.
Atmospheric conditions.
Atmospheric conditions. So, if weather is atmospheric conditions here on Earth, then how do you get weather out into space?
Well, space doesn't have an atmosphere, so there's no weather. So
Yeah.
therefore, the podcast's done.
Okay. You solved it, everybody. There you go.
Well, you
Thanks for
did
joining
mention
us.
I think Brandon may have mentioned the word wind. So
Yeah, so in space, where can we find wind?
Type of wind, yeah.
Type of wind. I'm thinking maybe on another planet somewhere.
Yeah, sure. You can find
We can
wind
get
on
some
other
winds.
planets, and to have wind we're thinking of, you got to have that atmosphere. So you have particles colliding and moving with each other. So you can't have wind on the moon, for example.
No
There's
atmosphere.
no atmosphere.
Mercury.
Too difficult there. Again, no atmosphere. But
Yeah.
what's a really thick atmosphere? Real thick atmosphere.
Venus.
Venus.
Venus. So you know what? I actually never thought about weather on Venus before.
Oh well, weather on Venus is just hellscape.
Impressively hot.
if you think like in the summer when you walk outside, you get a blow dryer for the wind. Sometimes it's just face melting. On Venus there.
Okay. So it's just.
But I would imagine there's definitely wind still on Venus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
some
think
sort of-
I think it's very, at least we'll say at the surface, very slight winds. I don't know for sure, but because the atmosphere is so thick,
Yeah.
and really and truly, what drives winds are going from high pressure to low pressure, and it's all driven by the sun.
At that point, it feels like on the surface of Venus, you'd have less wind and more like equivalent of currents. You more like have currents within that atmosphere. It feels like. I may be
Yeah.
horribly wrong, but that's just kind of my gut reaction.
But also that the planet just rotates so damn slow
Yeah.
that the heating pretty much probably evens out relatively. I mean, it's basically almost 900 degrees no matter where you're at.
Yeah. So it's
And-
pretty
and
much
so-
static.
Yeah, so I would say probably at the surface the winds on Venus are probably kind of slight.
Okay. So not much weather happening on Venus.
Well, I wouldn't
there's
say that.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool weather going on there.
I wouldn't say that, but
Jack says Venus's forecasters still only get the weather report right 50% of the time.
yeah, probably.
40% chance of acid rain today, folks. So get
Oh,
out
that's
there
right.
and
It does
umbrellas.
rain. It rains sulfuric acid rain on Venus. I totally forgot
But it
about
evaporates
Before it hits the
ground.
surface.
that.
Yeah.
Is that still Virga? Is that still called Virga?
Probably Venus.
Venus
Virgo.
Virga? Venus.
Wow, I've not heard of that
Virga?
before. That's cool.
Yeah, so sulfuric acid clouds, having a little
That's
sulfuric
fun.
acid rain come down, but then it evaporates, and because it's so damned hot, and the weight of the atmosphere is what,
Ugh.
90, 80 times that of Earth.
Yeah,
so crushing atmosphere.
And we're going to go there soon again.
Oh yeah, what mission is that?
We got two of them. I don't remember what they called,
Oh,
but we got
okay.
two of them.
That's
They'll
exciting.
get there in like 9 years, still.
Yeah. No, that's exciting because I mean the last big mission that we actually had a spacecraft land on the surface was the Russian
Venera 7.
Venera, yeah.
The only successful lander, and successful lasted like, what, 7 minutes?
Yeah, it didn't last
Yeah,
long
it wasn't
because
long.
3
it's
minutes?
it's so
Yeah.
hot that
How hot
it
is it,
started
Liz?
to. It is
Like-
hot enough on the surface of Venus that you could cook a large pizza in 9 seconds.
Now we're talking like a Papa John's pizza, talking a Domino's, a thin crust, the Chicago style. What are we doing here?
We're talking just a normal large ass pizza. All right, 16-inch pizza, 9 seconds. That's what I call
Nice.
fast food. Am I right?
Nice. Nicely done.
Well done, yes.
So
Thank you.
there aren't really any seasons on Venus. It's going to be hot. It's going to be a little toasty everywhere
So-
you go.
The forecast is hot and melty.
Until you get to the upper atmosphere, so you have a big giant balloon, for example, like some kind of a cloud city, if you will. You could stay at the correct atmospheric level.
I mean. Oh no, I don't know where my controls,
We'll take a
controls
drink
are
for you.
on here.
Anyway, take a drink, everybody. Star Wars reference.
Star Wars.
But yes, if you had literally a cloud city, balloons or what have you, you could stay at the right atmospheric level, walk outside without a mask, and be, oh, okay, I can do this. This is nice. But if a balloon pops, you're dead.
Oh, okay. So
Yes. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. All right,
All
so
right.
let's move on to another planet.
So Venus, I'm condensating. We got some condensation happening all over in
But not
my neck of
outside.
the woods here. All right.
Mars?
We're just gonna skip Earth weather, aren't we?
Yeah, because fuck us. We know better
We're
shit.
living
Let's
it.
not. Yeah, it's fine. Mars has a much thinner atmosphere than the Earth does because most of it got stripped away by some other space weather we're going to get into in a little bit.
Well done.
So, there's weather happening,
Oh yeah.
but you're not going to get like rain on Mars, are you?
Not right now.
Well, I think
No,
what
not
it's
now.
I
In
think
the
the weather Mars is most known for having now are space tornadoes.
Space storm. Kind of like tornadoes.
Not like tornadoes,
Yeah.
but
No.
that's the closest we're gonna get really to any space tornadoes, I think, in this episode, which
The
are
dust devils?
dust devils.
Dust devils.
Dust devils
Big,
on Mars.
But the big
giant
dust devils.
Like they go up higher than Mount Everest. Is how,
Whoa.
is how high up they go.
That's so
They're
cool.
huge.
And they could be, I think, is 30 to 50 meters wide.
Wow.
Like you have satellite imagery, you can actually see from space the tracks these things leave behind.
That's
It's
so
so
cool.
impressive.
Yeah.
And Opportunity Spirit, they all captured images of dust devils going across the plains as well. So you can see it in the
It's
gifts.
just like,
Of, these dust devils just going through Mars.
And one of them cleaned
Yeah.
Spirit or Opportunity off.
saved the day.
Yep. It was running out of, there was a lot of dust on the solar panel. It was losing power, and Dust Devil came and just cleaned it right off and got more
what
more
a nice
energy.
dust devil.
And I think they could actually see like the power that it was getting.
Oh, yeah.
And then Dust Devil came and it just went right up.
Oh, wow.
More like a dust angel, am I right?
Yeah, the devil's in the deals.
So you have lots of those in the summertime because you need the warm air on Mars to create the dust devils circulating with some kind of the cooler air.
So we get seasons on Mars.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool, which are super more extreme than our seasons because Mars has more of an elliptical. No, it has more of a tilt, right? Than the Earth does.
I think it's still. I think everything is similar to the Earth. Its eccentricity is a little bit. It's a little more. It has a little bit more of an elongated orbit.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're already 136 million miles from the sun, it's like,
And the seasons last twice as long as they do on Earth.
Yes, that's what I was.
Yeah, and if you have winds that can create these dust devils, you can have winds that create dust storms, and you have dust storms that will cover the entire planet.
And they will
for-
destroy anything we put there and equipment and leave astronauts stranded to just science the shit out of stuff and make potatoes. Or not, because
no.
the pressure of those storms, it's like a just a little light.
Yeah, so
a feather smacking you in the face.
it pretty much. What did I used to describe it as in planetariums? Like, okay, so if you've ever been in a hurricane with 100 mile an hour winds, it basically, those winds might blow you over. If you experience the same 100 mile an hour wind on Mars, it's like being hit with like somebody's taken a bucket of feathers and just thrown them at you.
Sounds
Seems
delightful.
nice, it does.
Yeah,
it's just like, oh, it tickles.
I'll take that 100 mile an hour wind.
yeah. Oh my God, I wind PST after the great Ogden windstorm last year.
Now, those dust storms on Mars, even though they're basically harmless, they can obviously cover solar panels and delay missions. I forget what mission it was in the 70s. Yeah, that we got there.
We couldn't see the surface
Yeah, it was
because
60s.
Yeah, it was a planetary-wide dust storm.
It was one of the
which
Mariners.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the Mariner missions. And we couldn't, check it out, so we had to stay in orbit for a while and wait for this dust storm to subside before we can go down. That happens every once in a while, these planetary-wide dust storms.
That's a big haboob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Those are, in case you don't know, those are the big ass fucking
Dust
dust
storms
storms
in, like,
that you'll
Phoenix.
see like in the desert, just this wall of dust. But also that the dust on Mars is so fine, so thin. It would get into anything and
Oh
everything.
God, can you just just everywhere, just dust.
So,
terraform that
Can never
planet.
get clean.
yeah. Any other kind of weather on Mars? We got clouds on Mars, water vapor.
We have water vapor, but don't we have where like the permafrost in some areas will melt a little bit and freeze, and so you'll get like kind of little rivulets of
Was
that kind of go down, and then
Was that confirmed that was briny, muddy water?
underneath the
Yeah, because we saw like streaks.
Yeah, it was like the
seasonal
streaks.
streaks. But was that confirmed for briny water? I don't
there was
recall.
something that came out just this week that that said that it could be just clay.
Oh.
And not if you're talking about up underneath the
Yeah.
ice caps, then it might not be water.
There you go. Those dust storms are just Imhotep from The Mummy.
Imhotep.
We just watched that recently, actually, Jack.
Imhotep. I love The Mummy.
because he.
Love it. So yeah, maybe clay, maybe briny water,
Okay.
but we still have ice caps up there at least.
Yes, unlike
but
us.
no amount of summer on Mars right now is going to melt them.
No.
So they're just permanently icy.
Yeah, it's pretty cold. The average.
I think the warmest it gets is right around freezing.
No,
At the poles,
and
yeah.
the equator, the warmest
like
it gets is like a
70.
nice 67
Yeah,
or
it's
so.
nice.
Like in the summertime, like that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. What's the
I mean,
nighttime?
on average, the global temperature is like negative 80 degrees, so
Yeah,
It's a little
so
nippy.
it's a little chilly.
So it can't retain that heat due to its really thin atmosphere.
Thin atmosphere,
atmosphere.
yeah, it can't
So
trap
that
that
thin
heat.
atmosphere is one of the reasons why it doesn't have too much weather anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much particles going on in there.
Okay.
all right, move on
Cool.
out.
Yeah, what else we got?
Oh, are we going to other planets outside of those?
Sure.
Those
Yeah,
ones.
we got time.
All right.
Because
Time
the
constraint.
next planet has some
Oh,
cool weather.
yeah. Well, actually, the next two have some cool,
That's true.
cool weather that have similar weathers. But the next planet in line would be Big Daddy Jupiter-Jupes.
Droopy Jupes.
Jupiter, yeah.
Yeah, and I think Jupiter is most famous for the Great Red Spot. Of course, called that because it looks like
A red spot?
yeah, a big red spot.
Yeah.
It's just we
No.
look. Astronomers like to call it like they see it, which I appreciate.
It's true. Let's call that one a red supergiant. Let's call that a red spot.
Yes.
It's a brown dwarf right there. Well, that one's kind of iffy. So yeah, with that red spot, I'm curious. Obviously, it's a storm going on for hundreds of years. And for a while, it was shrinking. Is it still shrinking?
It's still shrinking.
Okay.
Is it?
I
Or
thought
did
it was.
did it pause? Or like,
Did it?
do you
I don't
recall what's
know.
going on with that right
The
now?
last I knew, it was shrinking because you used to be able to fit like 3 Earths across it, and it's this giant hurricane-like storm that is in Jupiter's atmosphere, and I think that and of course this is a while ago actually, but it had like shrunk down to maybe like 1 Earth. You could fit across
I don't
it.
think it got that small, but maybe it did.
I thought it did, but anyway, it's a hurricane-like storm the size of at least 3 Earths or 1 Earth.
And it's been
That's
going.
for hundreds, and
Hundreds of years.
that's just because that's how long we've observed it.
Yeah, that we've had telescopes good enough to actually see it.
Mhm.
So at least 300 years. So can you imagine a hurricane here on Earth lasting for 300 years?
my
And it
God.
goes around Jupiter, I believe, backwards.
Oh.
So I
okay.
think like the planet rotates one way, and I think the red
Storm
spot
goes-
goes the other way.
Oh, okay. How fast were the winds in it? I can't remember. They're
350 miles an hour.
Yeah, but not at its center.
No.
The center is a nice, maybe
nice.
5
Because you're in
miles
the
an hour.
eye of the storm.
Well, yeah, but I
Ish.
mean, it's really calm, 5 miles an hour, so
Oh,
10
okay.
miles an
I
hour
really
in
thought
the
it
middle.
was faster.
in the
It's kind
center.
of cool in the
I
center,
think
yeah.
I'm thinking of a different planet. I think.
And then I just did a quick, research there. So at its peak, at its size, it was about 25,000 miles across, and now it's about 9,000 miles across.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So it
okay.
has shrunk by quite a bit.
Okay, so maybe now it's 3 Earths. What's our diameter? 3,000 miles? No.
No, it's
That's
about
the
1 Earth.
that's
It's
that's
1
the
Earth.
that's the
It's about 1 Earth.
that's the United States.
Yeah, the diameter of the Earth is about 8,000. So it's
Okay,
about
okay,
slightly
so-
more than 1 Earth.
So
right now.
okay, so I was pretty close there
Real close.
on there. That's a big storm.
It is a big storm. And because it's such a big storm, you have all that gas clouds basically rubbing against each other, creating that friction.
Mm-hmm.
We get some big lightning bolts.
Oh, that's
We have
right.
lightning bolts the size of the continental United States from one end to the other.
Wow.
Wow.
So that's long lightning right
So
there.
Uh-huh.
Jupiter has hurricane-like storms, lightning, and it also has at its poles
Yes.
aurora.
Woo!
Which is related to some more weather we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
So Jupiter and Saturn has aurora, and so the Earth is not the only one.
Got and we will talk more about it later, but basically particles from the sun interacting with the magnetic field lines on
He's
Jupiter
giving it
and
all
Saturn.
away. He's
And,
giving it all away.
and you get a nice light show out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really planets with good, strong, active cores still turning around and getting the magnetic field. You get yourself a pretty light show.
I thought, isn't Jupiter's magnetic field from like it's like a
God.
liquid hydrogen convecting layer,
Yeah,
like a
it's
convecting
getting-
layer
it
of liquid
just-
hydrogen.
It
'cause
just has a
doesn't-
terrifying magnetic field, yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's been
And
daddy
the
juice.
planet rotates so fast, like
Oh my God.
9.5 hours,
Yeah.
9 hours.
For the
56
size of that
minutes
thing,
from-
that's so fast.
and so it just really, whips that hydrogen around in the middle of it, that metallic hydrogen, and it creates those magnetic fields, really hugely strong magnetic field.
Yeah. Maybe that's why
And,
it's so. Never mind. I was gonna try and make some
was waiting
Zeus.
I figured.
Zeus,
I
Jupiter,
figured.
Greek god joke. Because maybe that's why it's so attractive to the ladies.
Because his
But he
magnetic
just-
personality.
But he just, yeah.
yeah.
But if you do want to see some of the storms that are on Jupiter, Juno, the spacecraft there's got, has some amazing.
It's just art.
Amazing.
It's a good example of science and art merging together because just the
Sometimes
colors
there is
and
no
the,
difference between the two.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Every time we talk about Jupiter, we have to talk about Juno in the pictures.
It's
It's
gorgeous.
just beautiful.
It's gorgeous. All right, so we got lightning. We got. Doesn't it rain? It has a rain. It rains in the atmosphere, doesn't
Diamonds, far enough.
it? It rains diamonds on Jupiter.
Yeah, the pressure is going to condense all the carbon and rain diamonds inside of it.
It rains diamonds on Jupiter.
Yeah, but that is really far down.
Really far
It's
down.
still weather.
Real
It's
far
still
down.
weather. It's rain.
Atmospheric conditions,
It's
technically.
atmospheric
sure.
conditions, so that's weather. That counts. We got storms. We got aurora. So Saturn similarly has lightning. It has aurora. It has storms. In fact, it had this crazy storm at its north pole, right? That they couldn't figure out.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of a mystery because it was hexagon in shape. So it wasn't.
Was it a storm or is it the way that
I think it was just
things
the
were
the
moving?
currents, basically.
Well, I
yeah.
think they couldn't figure out exactly why it was a hexagon
they
for a
ever
long
figure that out?
time. I think they recently might have.
Well, we were able to reproduce in the labs. I don't remember if we figured out the natural cause for it. But yeah.
Yes, but that's kind of cool.
It is cool.
Does Saturn have any other like weather that's different than Jupiter? Or is it pretty similar? Because they're basically, I mean, they're very
pretty
similar
similar.
Really
planets.
similar.
You know, it's just.
So let's make our way out to.
Wait. We got one other thing to talk about within the Saturn system.
Oh,
We got another object that has a nice thick atmosphere that has some weather to it.
Titan.
Yeah, its atmosphere is actually.
Moons can have weather too.
Its atmosphere is actually taller than the Earth's atmosphere. It's nitrogen atmosphere. It rains, not water, but methane.
There are lakes and do we confirm there are tides?
Oh, probably.
Or
I mean,
is
if
it was
there's-
it tidally locked so there wouldn't be tides?
No, I don't think it's tidally locked. Oh, is it tidally locked? I don't know.
That's why we have phones.
It's a Jack question.
That's a good question. But I mean, yeah, you got.
Because that would negate tides, unless the other moon somehow played with it a little bit, but that would be small compared to anything else.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, so you got seasons on Titan as well. You got little temperature changes. We talked about the wind as well.
Titan is what, like second in line for like the possibility of humans being able to hang out.
Oh, on that.
It's pretty cold.
Pretty nippy. But
I mean,
due
with
to its
proper
nice
equipment.
thick atmosphere, if you're a person on Titan and you just had some wings on you, you could actually fly.
Mm-hmm.
You can fly. I love that. That's
Yeah.
great.
Helicopters, planes.
Which we have a helicopter on Mars now, so it's possible, guys. We
Yeah.
can have
That's true.
interplanetary helicopters.
What was it that they were wanting to send to Titan? Or I don't know if it's still in the works.
Oh, the boats?
Yeah, was
I
it?
think
It was
I think that's still going on. Yeah.
okay.
the boat
Yeah,
that's gonna land
because
on
they
the
wanted
lake.
to and then kind of
Mm-hmm.
sail. I don't know and study
Pushed
the
around by winds.
study that. Study the lake. Methane lakes.
Yeah. Study Titan.
Well, and also methane, because it has methane lakes and it has this high content of hydrocarbons, that Titan is actually a good possible candidate for life within our solar system.
Methane,
Not like little green men life, but like microscopic bacteria, that kind of.
And I was just thinking, if we send that boats on the lakes of Titan, we could have it inscribed methane everywhere, but not a drop to drink.
Hey, there you go. A little,
Well done.
a little throw
Well
out
done.
to Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
Yeah. Well done. I like that.
Rhyme of the Celestial Mariner.
Rhyme of the Titan Mariner. I like Celestial Mariner. No, that's cool. Yeah, that's nice.
That's what we got next.
All right, we got everybody's favorite planet, Uranus.
And
Uranus, or in the proper Greek,
Uranus.
Uranus. And it is
God,
not
Uranus.
Uranus.
You just have to go and say it, didn't
Yeah,
you?
of course we gotta say it.
I actually don't know much about the weather of Uranus.
Well, Uranus is pretty calm, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
hasn't
pretty-
It is
really-
pretty calm. It's
gassy,
tipped
of
over
course.
completely, pretty much on its
Gassy.
side. So it has seasons, and the seasons last about 21 years.
Okay.
So it's
Can you
these
imagine?
are long seasons, and so
21-year long
Winter is
summer.
coming.
the temperature is about 360 degrees below zero, so pretty cold.
Not chilly. I
but
mean,
not-
you tend to get chillier the further out
Well,
you
yeah,
go in
you
the
don't
solar
get as
system.
much,
Yeah, the sun
it's
is.
energy from the sun. So it's about 360 degrees below zero. Not a lot of storms, but if you go out to Neptune is a little bit
Yes.
stormy,
Yes.
and it's also 360 degrees below zero.
And
You could say Neptune's a little dark and stormy.
yeah.
Yeah.
The,
So the question is, why? Why is Neptune the same temperature as Uranus when it is
Further out.
further out, like twice the distance
Oh,
out?
interesting.
Well, not twice the distance, but I don't know, billion miles further out. And so, is Neptune creating its own heat in its interior, which is maybe driving some of that?
There's that. There's so much energy in its atmosphere as well, because it actually has the fastest winds in the solar system.
That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
about earlier.
By far the fastest winds in the solar system.
Yeah.
It's over 1,000 miles an hour.
Whew, those are some fast winds.
Yeah.
And it had for a time a big storm that was similar to Jupiter's, except
The
it
great-
wasn't red; it was dark.
It's
The great
blue
dark
spot.
spot.
The great dark spot, blue
Love
spot,
it. Love it.
great dark spot.
Dark spot. That was dark blue spot.
No, just dark
It was a
spot.
great dark spot.
Just a great dark spot. But we actually were able to watch the dark spot disappear. And then
Yeah.
it actually kind of came back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of came back a little bit and reformed. And so that was really some unique observation that we were able to get.
And the fact, I think we should have a satellite orbiting Neptune.
We need to have a satellite orbiting all the planets.
But
Yeah.
especially Neptune.
You know, we've only had one, and it was a flyby.
Well,
Voyager.
Voyager 2.
And so
1988.
we need to go back. We need to go back to Uranus and Neptune.
Jack says he thought Uranus had some wicked equatorial wind.
Maybe.
Maybe. We don't know, Jack.
We don't know Jack.
We don't know, Jack.
It's true though. All right.
It's very
but
possible.
they're not as strong as Neptune's.
Could you get some weather or some could you get some weather in these gas giants because of the differential rotation of them, where the gases in the equator rotate faster than the gases at the poles?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Jupiter, for example, there's still storms popping up all over the place, little swirlies going on at various bands, because those are going different speeds as well. So, yeah, that would impact the local weather there as well.
Okay. Cool. That's all the planets.
Yeah.
But-
So what drives weather on most of the planets? I'm not going to say all the planets because Neptune's weather it's so far from the sun that the weather is driven kind of internally. But
So therefore, you
You
gave it away.
Yeah, you kind of answered your own question there.
Because it would be the sun.
The sun.
The
Mr.
sun,
Sun, Mr.
Mr.
Sun.
Well,
Mr. Sun.
yeah, but no, I didn't quite give it away. I mean, because the sun, what creates weather on Earth is energy from the sun, so light, which is not weather, but it drives the weather on us. But the sun does have weather, and we mentioned winds, there is a
Sounds-
wind that is created
It's
by
got
the sun.
the greatest wind of them all.
It's called the solar wind, and so this was the hope of that MMS mission was to better understand how charged particles move with electromagnetic fields, and so which if you understand that, it gives you a better idea of how. And the jacket comes off.
Of course, I'm like, why are you wearing a suit jacket? What are you doing?
So you're able to kind of better understand the solar wind. So the sun creates this steady stream of just charged particles.
They're just flying off the
They're
sun,
flying
willy
off of it
nilly,
in all
just.
directions. And those charged particles actually get caught up in the Earth's magnetic field, Jupiter's magnetic field, Saturn's magnetic field, and they slam into the atmosphere on occasion, creating those beautiful aurora.
And it's a good thing we have our magnetic fields, because if we didn't, there would be no life on Earth.
Yeah.
The charged
Be like
particles would
Mars.
murder us all. Well, they wouldn't allow us to even like arise and evolve and whatnot.
Yeah, but also, if our magnetic field were to die right now,
Oh God.
then
No. The sunblock.
we would still be okay for a little bit, because the atmosphere would protect us from X-rays and things like that. But that solar wind's going to start chipping
It's
away
going
in
to
the
strip our
atmosphere.
atmosphere.
It's going to strip it away, just like it did with Mars.
Mm-hmm.
And the MAVEN spacecraft actually proved that the solar wind is stripping away the atmosphere of Mars.
Well, Mars has a lot less gravity, so it can't really hold on. It's trying. It's
And
like, no.
And no magnetic field, and so it's easy to lose
just-
it.
Yeah, how's the solar wind going? I had looked it up actually earlier at the spaceweather.com. And you can get all kind of cool information about the space weather that's going on and the activity of the sun and stuff.
And if you Google space weather, you might learn about dog's ears or pig's ears.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
a
we found
different conversation.
a weird YouTube
It
channel.
was a rabbit hole.
It was
It was a
very,
complete rabbit hole.
Never thought it would be dangerous to Google space weather.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of the thing.
We don't need to. We don't
we
need to
don't
share
need to-
them.
no,
It's,
no,
we don't
but-
need to share. We don't need to give them more views.
But oh god,
But,
it was a rabbit hole though. Just conspiracy theories
So,
everywhere, and Mercury.
Weather on the sun.
Yeah. So yeah, you're supposed to rein this back in.
I was enjoying it.
All right.
Weather
So
of the sun.
yeah. So you get the solar wind that comes off, but
Now the sun doesn't really have. I mean, I guess. Do we consider the corona an atmosphere? I mean, the sun doesn't really have like an atmosphere, right? To have.
well, no.
Weather, so it's more like just the sort of behavior of plasma with its magnetic field getting all
Pretty much.
crazy,
Yeah.
and then causing these. So you have these magnetic field lines that are going around the sun, and the sun it's rotating around that
And
plasma.
with differential rotation.
And so those magnetic field lines eventually start to get all tangled up, and you have
And what do you get from that?
and you have plasma that like follows the magnetic field lines, and
The
you get these
prominences,
big
yeah, that's
arcs
really
of
cool.
plasma coming off the surface, and then and then when you have like the magnetic field lines like touch, or they kind of like break, or they do something, and you get these big fucking explosions
Coronal mass ejections.
off the surface of the sun that just get blasted out into space. We're talking a lot of nuclear bombs. And those when they're headed in our direction can be bad news bears if we're not prepared for them.
And they can happen fast too.
Yeah.
They can reach us either in a couple of days or within, I think it was
And
6 hours.
Yeah, it's
6
They
hours.
just go,
It's like-
Yeah.
and then we go, no.
They can blow out satellites and
easy.
power grids and
Yeah, and if you have a couple of days, high priority satellites, you may have enough fuel to move to the side of the Earth, but typically not.
Yeah.
Especially
yeah.
in 6 hours. It's good luck, guys.
So if you've got this storm, it's basically this big storm of solar particles just rapidly coming at you. What would that kind of equate to in our weather? Would that be more of a tornado, more of a hurricane?
So there is something called a
Typhoon?
straight line wind. Yeah, I learned about this in Oklahoma. This
and
is
we learned about it.
Right now.
We learned about it. No, we learned about it last September. That is what we experienced.
That was a straight line
That
wind?
was a straight
Yeah,
line wind.
so a
Oh.
straight line wind is basically just a literal wall of wind that can be going literally hundreds of miles an hour, like a tornado, but just in the wall coming at you. And it just goes straight forward. So like when you're on the plains, like Oklahoma or Kansas, what have you, there's no hills or mountains to stop it. So it literally just tears apart anything that comes across in this line.
Wow.
So it's a straight line wind. So that kind of be the equivalent of a, solar wind coming out, a CME coming to wreak some havoc.
Okay, that's just...
Terrifying.
Blew our
Yeah.
face over there.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, I heard some
Wall of
terrifying
wind.
stories about just planes being gone, tractors being flipped, just houses gone. I don't like the weather in that area of the country.
In the Midwest?
The Midwest. Is Oklahoma Midwest? Because
No.
I got yelled at for being said. I said Oklahoma's Midwest, and someone from Indiana was like, "No, it's not."
What is it?
No, it's
What is it?
not. Is it Southwest?
No.
No, but do they?
Jack,
it's
you
Southern
live in
Plains.
that vicinity of the world, right? Of the country.
Plains.
It's Southern
the
Plains.
plains.
I've always considered it Midwest.
I always just considered it part of
Because
the
it's like just the
Confederacy.
middle of the
and
country
so-
is west of the east, so
and
it's
so
Midwest.
I always considered it part of the South.
Really, isn't anything west of the St. Louis considered to be the West?
So anything west of the Mississippi River?
Yeah, considered.
Yeah, I think it
So
was.
I guess
so it's
in-
Midwest. Because it's the middle of the
Well,
country.
but no.
Great Plains.
Great Plains, but the Midwest is Ohio, Indiana, Iowa, I think.
That's far away from Oklahoma.
Is it?
Illinois.
I clearly don't know my U.S. geography.
I think
It's fine.
that is what's considered to be the
Look, I'm from
Midwest.
California. It's the Midwest, all right?
Oh, look at this elitist Californian
Yeah,
over here.
pretty much.
Not even California, but SoCal or North Cal, whatever it is you do.
NorCal.
I just offended her.
NorCal.
See, that's how
alright?
people in Oklahoma feel when you call them Midwest.
Midwest is the traditional corn belt, so that's like Nebraska. That's all I know about Nebraska.
Can
is
you say
corn.
Nebraska again?
Nebraska.
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 What?
I don't know.
what
It's my
accent is
Midwest
that?
accent. Nebraska.
That's your Midwest
That's
accent?
my Midwest
Oh
accent.
my goodness.
Nebraska.
You just need to just stop. Just keep going with the English accent.
That's my drunk accent.
Okay.
Look, all right. I'm gonna weege us back into.
Oh, you poor thing.
You gonna rein us in?
I'm gonna rein us in.
Where
What
are
are
we
we
going?
talking about?
The sun.
Straight line winds coming from the sun, headed straight for us. All right. Now you learned
Okay. Yes.
that there are no actual tornadoes,
Oh, that's a
or they
joke.
don't spin in space. Let's
Um,
go there.
So if you look at the sun and typically like a hydrogen filter, so you just see the hydrogen come off it, that's where you can see the coronal mass ejections, the big prominences coming off the sun. But about over 100 years now, we're able to see these prominences that look like they were stretching out, I don't know how many thousands or millions of miles beyond the sun, and it looks like they were twisting. So they were called tornadoes on the surface of the sun. Which is real cool. And you can go see pictures and little gifs of them. They really do look like tornadoes on the sun. But it turns out, recently, in the last couple of years, we found that they're not actually twisting. Yeah. We took the Doppler effect into account and saw that it's actually just horizontal movement between two different, basically, lines. So it looks as
Oh,
if
so
there's
it's
a vortex to it.
It's an illusion.
It is an illusion. So in this case, the simplest answer is that they're just moving side to side instead of creating a vortex on the sun.
Okay. A vortex on the sun would be pretty cool.
It would be really cool. I would love to see a tornado in the sun. And apparently, I will never have that opportunity. But but it would be really cool to actually see just tornado just going.
that'd be
on
great.
surface.
Jack, that's my New Zealand accent. Weege.
That's the one word in New Zealand dish we
Weege.
can do.
Yeah.
All right.
Weege.
Bring it back.
I don't know where I'm bringing it back to. What were we just talking
Hey,
about?
You're the
you
host.
are the host.
Dude, where do you want to go with this?
All right. So, the sun is responsible for our weather, and the sun has its own weather. We got explosions. We got solar wind. We got fake solar tornadoes. So, what we learn about the weather on our sun and how it affects the planets in our solar system, we can then extrapolate out to other planetary systems that we see. And then we can also look at the type of star and then infer maybe a bit on that star's activity and
Sure.
the kind of weather it could create on
Sure.
exoplanets that we're encountering.
Uh-huh.
Is there any kind of, do we know about any kind of crazy exoplanet weather?
Well, I know depending on obviously the size of it, the composition of the planet, and where it's at in relation to its star, there could be like broiling Jupiters, or super Earths, or worlds constantly locked in ice, just depending on where they're at, and things like that. So as any kind of weather you could think of, it will rain actual diamonds on certain planets, and not just deep in the atmosphere,
Yeah,
but on
but,
the
like,
surface. It'll rain
just diamonds plinking on the ground.
Yeah.
Blink, 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 blink. God, that's some.
Um,
do you get diamond damage insurance for your car,
Right.
But
house?
keep in mind that's all conjecture right now.
Well, yes,
I
of
mean,
course. We don't
it
have
is-
visual, like actual.
Now, when James
Not
Webb goes
fucking,
up,
yeah, it's later this year, which the Ariane 5 rocket just launched.
Bad
Racist.
Yes, I
news.
know.
Fucking rocket.
It means something else.
I know.
So it launched 2 days ago, I think, and it was
Oh.
successful for the first time in a year because there was some issues with the fairing. So it has one more launch to go,
Okay.
and then it's James Webb's turn.
okay.
And like we did for Curiosity, I'm just gonna Curiosity.
Oh, we're gonna have watch
Perseverance.
party?
I'm gonna say
Launch
right
party?
now we're gonna have a launch party. Except I'll be more scared than I was Perseverance because even if Perseverance had malfunction, we still have Curiosity. We still have all these things. But that's all I'm
Got
gonna
it.
say. But if
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's,
we'll
that's
have
a big
we'll have
fail.
a launch party for that.
God.
Super Bowl 2.0.
God.
So what is the then in terms of what we'll be able to observe out in the universe?
As far as space weather is concerned?
As far as space weather is concerned, what do you think? How are we going to advance our understanding, our knowledge, our
James Webb?
hypotheses using James Webb?
James Webb's going to be able to measure atmospheres on
Ooh,
exoplanets.
okay.
And so if you can measure atmospheres, then you...
You can see
I mean, it's
how
not like you're
they're-
going to see... It's not
like
like
a
James
hurricane.
Webb's going to be able to make a weather report
Right.
for this exoplanet that's really far out. However, though, it could see changes in the atmosphere.
Sorry.
Or and then maybe cyclical changes
Seasonal,
and
yeah.
seasonal stuff.
And of course, the closer the exoplanet is to us, the better it's going to be able to sniff that atmosphere.
And if it can sniff that atmosphere, then it can sniff, say, the amounts of what that atmosphere is made out of, like oxygen to
Methane.
nitrogen ratios, for example.
And you want to look for methane. Methane's one of the guys you want to...
I'm
What
just,
is this?
I'm just so nervous for the launch.
Okay,
Okay.
because he's just
so
like...
nervous.
He
Just
was
this.
giving us this look.
Yeah.
Well, because we're talking about all the
Like, you
great
mad?
things Webb will be capable of. It's completely revolutionized how we understand the universe, and oh my god, it's a terrifying launch. It has to unfurl itself. That's a later episode. I'm just terrified already.
Okay,
Well,
Brandon
yeah,
lives in
but
fear.
we can still talk about
We
the
can
potential.
Still, yes,
And
we can dream.
yeah, and one of the things that it can look for is methane, and of course
Cow
methane has geological processes that can make it. However, though, biological processes also make methane, and Leia makes a lot, and our dog Leia, and cows make a lot as well. And so if you see methane, then methane is easily broken down by ultraviolet light.
Oh, okay, so a star can...
And so if you have steady methane,
something's producing it.
something's producing it. What is it? Is it geological, or
Bees.
more excitingly, is it cows?
As they once said in Twister, gotta go. We got space cows.
Space cows! Just a... Just my space cow
we gotta
impersonation.
watch. We should watch Twister tonight.
We should.
That's what we
we
should
watch
watch.
tonight. Anyway, all right. So we have weather here on Earth, daily changes of atmospheric processes, which is different than climate, which are long-term global trends. We have sulfuric acid rain on Venus with face and pizza and robot melting temperatures constantly. We have huge ass dust devils with the force of a feather on Mars.
Okay. Yeah.
F equals feather.
hurricane-like storms on the gas giants, but not really Uranus, but maybe Uranus. We just haven't seen any auroras. We got the sun farting out all kinds of high-energy particles, and all the planets in the solar system, and other crazy-ass weather happening on exoplanets that we don't know about yet, and we can only dream about.
Broiling Jupiters.
Super Earths.
And worlds frozen in ancient ice.
So, space is crazy, and space has weather. Or the
Lots of weather.
objects in space have weather, I should say, because space itself is a vacuum.
Is it though?
Is it?
I have yet to see actual evidence that says space is a vacuum. Honestly, we just went down this conspiracy wormhole before this episode, so my mind's
So your
still
mind's
like
still
my
a
mind's
conspiracy?
like this has purple lights in it, so therefore the government's lying to
You
me.
got the glasses for it.
Okay,
What
so
does that
define
mean?
a vacuum.
Got conspiracy glasses.
Vacuum has nothing in it, right? Right? Right?
But dust and dirt balls?
What?
Dust balls.
Then it's not a vacuum.
Oh, you're thinking the vacuum.
You're
You're
thinking
thinking
of
like
a
So
little-
space has
all the stuff in it.
it has all these protons that are flying through it. It has all these photons that are flying through it.
some hydrogen atoms here and there.
It is more of a quote unquote vacuum than we can produce here on Earth, but space is not a vacuum.
It's not a true vacuum.
No.
The space is a lie.
Space is a lie.
And on that note, that's our space weather episode.
Hey.
Everybody, thanks for
Man, sounds like our forecast was accurate of it being a cool, fun show.
Yeah. But
God.
no tomatoes. No tomatoes. Anyway, so follow us on all the things, as always, at Drinking Cosmos on Twitter. Cosmos with Cosmos on the gram. You didn't give
Yeah.
me shit for the gram, so I'll say that. Cosmoscosmos.com. Listen to us on Spotify, Anchor.fm. Watch the
All the
videos
things.
on YouTube. And for those of you watching, check. Stick around. We'll do the Hangover, which we're just gonna chill and see how long that goes
Yeah.
for, and then whatever.
And good luck, Starliner. Launching in 2 days to the space station.
Good luck, Starliner.
Good luck.
Brandon Riddle for all your space launch needs right there. Anyway, we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Cheers.
Cheers.
Stay safe.
And now we will be right back. So hang on to your butts, everybody. We'll see you shortly.
What up?
We're back for the hangover. Camera get in focus. It's always a little bit more blurry on this TV. I don't know. We look like we're probably in focus, maybe. All right, so welcome to Cosmos with Cosmos Hangover. And we were talking about space weather in the main show, and Jack has brought up an interesting question. He says, deep impact moment, does a comet's tail count as weather? Because you do have particles from that comet's tail when we're passing through it, raining down onto the planet, so to speak, impacting the atmosphere during a meteor shower.
I mean, if you don't call it weather, what else would you call it?
Space collisions? I don't. I guess. Oh, you have a Barbara Walters filter?
I don't know
what
that
means.
But I am complimented regardless.
I guess. Okay. But I don't know. I would think it could be considered weather, maybe.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I can't think of why it necessarily it wouldn't be.
I'm trying to think of Armageddon Deep Impact, and they said anything where they were in, that tail of nucleus. Is just the crazy weather, man. Bring an umbrella.
There better be a real thick, strong umbrella, because...
And aim it down? Because all those particles are coming off.
Oh, yeah, if you're... Yeah.
Bruce Willis would probably
true.
give his umbrella to Ben Affleck.
Yes, because,
Animal crackers.
Animal crackers. Oh, on 2020, she refused to be filmed in focus. Everything had a soft edge, so I guess
okay.
you're looking a little
So
soft.
that means that we're all looking a little soft.
All right,
So
let me see.
the
We're
focus,
gonna do that.
Time to get hard, guys.
Time to do the hand thing, everybody. Come on, bringing it back, bringing it back, bringing it back. Ooh, bringing it. Oh, that's
There we
better.
Now we
All
got
right.
Larry King focus.
Oh no.
Oh,
Wait,
God.
did Larry King die?
Oh shit, I think he did.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he
I
did.
Didn't he die
A
recently?
year and a half ago?
No, wasn't it?
He was 800 years old.
thought it was-
So
Okay.
My favorite Larry King moment, since we're in the hangover, he was interviewing Danny Putty, who was in Community and Mythic Quest. And Stephen King asked him, "So you're famous, and you get paid for some films and things. So what do you treat yourself with? Like, what's the what's the one thing you do that because you've earned it?" And Danny's like, "I buy some nice socks." And Stephen King leans over and goes, "You don't get like a private plane or anything like that?" And Danny goes, "Larry, I'm on DuckTales."
DuckTales is apparently not a private plane making money.
No, and it was canceled, so there's that.
Oh. Wait, did they reboot DuckTales?
They did for a couple. Apparently, it was good. Danny Putty was in it,
Okay.
and it was canceled. And it was not private plane money though.
No, apparently
Nice
not.
pair of socks.
Nice pair of socks
like
money.
Dumbledore, basically.
Okay, nice pair of socks,
Yeah.
money.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about the comets.
Oh.
Meteor showers count as weather. We're counting it. We declare it here today on Cosmos with Cosmos Hangover that meteor showers are weather.
Maybe the IAU made pronunciations earlier. What's the word I'm looking for? Proclamations.
Announcements? Pronouncements.
I'm going
No.
proclamations.
Proclamations.
Proclamations
Okay.
of definitions, the bodies of space. But now it is here, Cosmos with Cosmos, the CwC.
We're the official.
We are the official,
new
Yeah.
definer
the
of things.
official, unofficial.
Then, do we want Pluto to be a planet? No, it's not a planet. It's not a
No,
planet.
we don't want Pluto to be a
We
planet.
solved it here first, everybody.
It's a fascinating discussion, though. And the more I read about it, the more I kind of like, wait a minute, maybe it could be a planet.
No, we're not going to even go down this rabbit hole now. We've gone down this rabbit hole many times.
Yeah. Go watch our Pluto episode from like a year ago.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't remember. Anyway, space weather. Brandon got really excited because he wanted to talk about something that's not space weather, but just shit getting weird with the ISS and accidental thrusting maneuvers. I don't know.
Yeah, so there was a Russian module that was in the works for like the last 15 years, basically, to be launched up to the station. It's a new science payload module up in the ISS. And for decades it's been in the works, but Russia doesn't have money for space things, so we get pushed back, yada, yada, yada. But they finally got launched, and it was super exciting. Except like an hour after it got launched, there was already a malfunction with it, and there was a huge worry that it may not be able to get to the orbit of the space station and therefore be lost. So that was a whole thing, and of course the Russian media just said, no, everything's fine.
Naturally.
But we even have amateur astronomers here on Earth that can watch the altitude of these payloads, so they know exactly what's going on with it, and they go, guys, this ain't right.
We got a problem.
This isn't good at all.
Houston?
But it got there.
It did eventually get there,
Okay.
and they got it docked to the station, so that's a win. But once it was docked, there was some kind of other malfunction with its thrusters, and when it's docked, basically glued to the space station, it began to thrust and move the entire space station off its axis.
Wow.
I think it was like 3 meters of acceleration per minute, which is slow, but space is still kind of fast. So they had to like scramble and try to get it shut down and figure out how the space station could right itself. But NASA, they don't use thrusters to orientate the station. They use gimbals. So you just rotate the gimbals really fast and they can get it where they need to go. It was not enough to counteract the thrusters. So as they're trying to figure out how to fix the space station's alignment, they actually power up the Dragon capsule. They start powering it up just in case they need to evacuate the space station. So they actually have the capsule being powered up as like a Plan X, for example.
Oh my gosh.
As they go through all these variables of how to fix it. And eventually the Russian side, they had thrusters, so they were able to right it and get that shut down. But in the meantime, in the back of people's heads is, we may have to ditch.
Well,
Damn.
Russian parts, American parts, all made in Taiwan.
There you go.
Like,
Your Armageddon reference right there.
yes, what is reference? It was a quote directly from the movie.
It's one of my favorite lines.
We're beyond reference at that point.
Jack says that module was built on layaway at Kmart.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
that sounds
Yeah.
all right.
100% accurate there. Yeah, you don't want to thrust without consent. No thrusting without consent.
No. But
Oh, wow. You... Holy shit, you took that. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
it makes sense.
Yes, no thrusting without
You gotta
consent.
you gotta
but-
check with command control and make
Yeah,
sure
you got to
that,
go through the proper
uh-huh.
checks and safety precautions, and make sure you're wearing appropriate gear.
That's also true.
Yeah,
Wow, you just took that.
you're welcome.
No, yes, that
No
was a path.
thrusting without
That was a
consent.
path.
You just gotta make it clear,
Okay, we gotta move on.
Anyway,
So anyway, on August 3rd, we have Starliner going up to the space station, and this will confirm that it's ready to be launched for people.
What else is August 3rd?
Well, we have the Starliner launch.
what else is August 3rd? Well, in just a couple of days from now, our very
Oh,
own
man, I turned 26.
B Riddle over here finishes another orbital
Yeah.
completion.
Yeah, I turned 26.
You know he doesn't. He doesn't. Welcome.
Yes, welcome to the rest of your
welcome
life.
deeper into your 30s by 1 year. I mean, come on.
That's how
Jesus.
years work, though. It's always by 1
I
year.
know. So,
Numbers.
an early happy birthday to Brandon.
Yeah, you had to bring up my birthday and bring up yours.
Well, we're not going to have a show on my birthday, at least, so there's that.
No.
'cause
And this
it's
is the
on Tuesday.
hangover, so this is
That's
acceptable time
And
to
you
do
have
it.
a birthday
Okay.
coming up.
I do.
It's
In
it's
over
between.
a month from now.
It's in between.
Yeah,
episodes, but
it's
I'll be
October
here.
7th.
No. But I will be also 27. Would you
Oh,
say
okay,
you were?
yeah,
Also
27,
27?
yeah.
No, I'll be 36. It's fine. I'm okay with it.
Brandon said 26.
I don't
Whatever.
remember. My memory's going with age.
I know, yeah. It's already whatever. So, and we won't have a show on my birthday either.
Speaking of age, just about 2 weeks ago, we had the oldest person ever go to space. This was Wally Funk, who I absolutely love to death.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Wally Funk was one of the members of the original Mercury 13 program, which is right after the original Mercury 7 astronauts went to space. We got 13, eventually 13 women, trained them just as astronauts to the exact same tests, same variables, same everything, and to be ready to go to space and ultimately shut down the program.
Yeah.
And Wally Funk was one of the youngest members at the time. and she's logged I don't know how many tens of thousands of hours in air,
Mhm.
and she's been trying all this time to get back to being an astronaut and get to space. And so finally, with Blue Origin going to space, she was invited on the capsule and launched up there. So that made me
Yeah,
very
I'm glad she
happy.
got to go to space.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it was on a billionaire's ego trip, but it's great that she got to go to space. Couldn't NASA give her just a little, like, yeah, sure.
Well,
let's
NASA's not
finally-
launching people to
Yeah.
space.
That same mission had the youngest as well. So you had the oldest and the youngest.
The youngest had his daddy pay
Oh,
for it.
Yeah,
so.
I know, but still
But, yeah.
interesting.
Alright.
But Wally Funk is the sweetest person ever.
I mean,
love
she's
her to death.
she looks adorable. Her name's Wally Funk.
And
Well, that's not her actual name.
And the
What's her actual name?
She doesn't like her actual name, so we're not going to go by it.
Oh, okay. But Wally Funk is an awesome name.
but the what was
It's
that
funky.
chamber? That chamber they put you in they
Oh,
cuts
the,
off all the sensory.
sensory deprivation.
Oh, sensory
Yeah.
deprivation. I
Yeah,
want to
and
do one
she
of those
just
so bad.
what you said she fell asleep.
Yeah, well, she set a record. So typically, when you go in there, you're alone with your own thoughts, and they're monitoring your heart rate, making sure you're not freaking out due to the not catastrophic, the claustrophobic nature of it.
Uh-huh.
And in her words, she was 17 years old, had $0 to her name. She had no care in the world, so she just went in there and just fell asleep and set records.
That sounds amazing. I think I could fall asleep easily.
I would
would be
die
like,
in it.
I would be
I
like,
would
yes,
be
this is all
I
I
would love
want.
the claustrophobic
Yeah,
nature
you
of
wouldn't
it
handle it
would.
very well.
All right, so
Hold on, before we get Jack has some comments here that we need to discuss. He says 30s, that was so much fun. 30s is great. It's a great, yeah. I'm into the 30s. It's a good
but
time.
what did he do in the 30s?
But he also says that's when he took pole dancing as a cardio class. So Brandon has a new goal now.
Pole dancing. I need a stage name.
That's gotta go with Riddle somehow.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's just gotta.
There are just so many different ways you can go with that.
We'll noodle on it.
Noodle.
We'll noodle on it. That's great.
Wow. Okay.
That
seems-
takes a
that's-
lot of effort, though. To be fair,
That's
that's
a good
intense
cardio
workout.
class. Yeah, I mean that those like rope thing, the like ribbons that the acrobats do, like
Oh, the
circus
gymnasts?
away and shit. No, not rhythmic gymnastics. Fuck those. Anyway, no, where they do like on like the ribbon on the like the silky things.
Oh,
and
I know
they
what
wrap,
you're talking
they
about.
wrap
Yeah, yeah,
themselves
yeah,
up
yeah,
in it
yeah.
and do little like.
God, it took forever to get
I
there.
don't know what
yes.
they're called. I can only envision
I'm sitting there
it.
thinking like the ribbons that like
No.
you
Yeah,
know,
I'm doing the same thing.
No,
right with that.
no,
but
the ones they
the,
wrap
the-
themselves
the
up
silk
in and.
thingies. Yeah.
Oh, you could. Oh, Silk's class. Is that what I'm talking about? Silk's class. You're so skinny. You could do the silk. Yeah.
As long as they have like Enya playing in the background, I could do a routine for that.
Enya.
I don't remember the words to
Nothing
it.
says pole dancing like Enya.
Well, no, the silks is different.
For the
It's-
silks,
it's,
yeah.
it's more, you know.
No.
Yeah.
The pole dancing, you can just do a little apple bottom jeans and you're fine. But
Oh no, it's strictly Bonnie Tyler. Let's not mince words here.
that would be real intensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
So that was a rabbit hole.
We have life goals for your 30s.
Yeah, but this is the Hangover.
Yeah.
So there
That's
are
what
no
the
rabbit
Hangover
holes.
is. It's
Going down different
just
paths.
rabbit holes. Yeah. Cool. What other rabbit hole do we want to go down?
I don't
Do
know.
we have any more space-related things that we can add?
Oh,
space
we always have space stuff we can
Sorry,
talk about.
space weather-related things.
Oh shit, that was the episode, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Did you already forget?
What would it take? Some science fiction engine or cosmic?
I'm sorry. He did his class with Metallica and Aussie music, and that's right up my alley, Jack. So that's cool.
He
That's
does.
awesome.
That's devil fucking music.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Hail
Speaking of
Satan.
the devil, come on down to Beelzebub Jeep.
Beelzebub Jeep, the devil's in the deals.
That's
Our
name.
prices are so low, they're sinful.
Before you go to the other dealerships, go to hell.
I was gone for this one, so I really have no idea what's going on here, guys.
Okay, so we were watching something, and I had noticed that car dealerships are always like named after their owner, like Tim Dahl and Nate Wade Subaru and whatever young Ford or whatever that guy in Phoenix, the Sienna Kia guy. But anyway, so then we were like, well, we should come up with our own auto dealership that has like a cool name, and so we came up with Beelzebub Jeep, but we only sell Toyotas.
Or so I'll have a competing
car
dealership and be Kronos. We devour the competition.
Oh yeah! Yes.
Wow, there you go.
Yes.
But we will also have like a little devil, one of these guys, a little Satan guy.
We'll have that,
and it'll be like Hail Satan.
I forget what the picture is called, but there's a famous picture of Kronos eating its child.
Yeah.
I'll have that guy just blown up a million miles high.
But he's eating like a car of one of ours.
No,
of the competition.
he's eating both of you in both
hands.
hands.
Okay.
But meanwhile,
or was that Southern Kronos? Yeah, we're good.
But meanwhile, we all live in the same house. And so,
talk about a sitcom.
Hey.
But Beelzebub Jeep closed on Sundays.
Well, as
God intended.
As God intended, yes.
Yeah. So that's what when Brandon's out of town, that's what Mike and I get up to on a Saturday evening, or a Friday evening. It's Friday evening.
It's all the same.
Friday evening.
I don't know, but the text immediately went out.
Yes.
Oh yeah, automatically, and I get these crazy texts. Even when I was, living on the other side of the country, I get these random ass texts at 2 a.m. And it wouldn't make sense. It'd be like, what if kittens had space helmets with straws in them? And it wouldn't make any sense. But they'd be laughing their asses off as though it made complete sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. But now you get to be part of those conversations.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not traveling.
Oh, see, we have Jack says we have a dealership owned by Heidi and Holly, and they go by H&H.
Oh,
wait.
okay.
If we had an S, it could be Brandon, Davison, Smith, Mike class. So it'd be a BDSM.
Okay, we gotta work on that. We're just gonna find some.
Here at BDSM, we'll tie you up with our prices.
Hey! We'll tell you exactly how much to pay.
We beat the competition.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll whip you in.
Yeah.
We'll get you into a new whip.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Oh god, we gotta find somebody with an S. What's Adam's last name?
Not an S.
Damn.
I know what it is, but I don't want to say it on.
What's Katie's last name?
The same as mine.
What?
Savings is our safe word. Nicely
Savings
done.
is our safe
Holy
word.
Shit, that's good.
That's great, Jack. Nice. Damn. See.
Wow.
That's fun.
This
What
has been
are
a
we
real
doing?
rabbit hole.
What is happening
I don't know.
on this
It's a
episode?
hangover.
This is great. By the way, I would just like to share, because Jack, you are a connoisseur of fine foods and drinks, that since we are kind of celebrating Brandon's birthday today, later we had a wonderful salmon and asparagus lunch, and so later
Blueberry salmon.
blueberry salmon, and so later we will be having just a charcuterie of meats and cheeses
And wines.
with wines.
I'll have my jacket on.
Are you gonna wear that jacket?
I'll have a
Oh,
pipe.
you do? You do a jacket?
No, it's gonna be toasty down there.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
No.
Yeah, and then we'll watch maybe Twister. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yes.
Well, we have Ted Lasso.
We got
We
Ted
gotta
Lasso.
watch
We
that.
got Lego
Yeah.
Masters.
Oh, do we have? And we
what's
also
We got
probably
Jeopardy.
a Bad Batch.
Oh, we got a Bad Batch, I'm sure. We got stuff to watch.
Oh, we have a lot of stuff.
And I have at some point a cigar for like 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I have to go to bed. I got class tomorrow.
Oh God, today's Sunday. We gotta work in the morning.
Or, I could
man.
probably skip tomorrow since I worked yesterday. I could probably just not go in on Monday.
That's true. That's true.
But I like overtime, so.
Oh, it is nice to get paid for that. All right, cool. Well, if we don't have any other cool things to talk about, any other questions, any other noodles?
I have a question.
Oh.
I do have a question.
Oh boy.
What is love?
Got to do
With it?
with it.
That's fine. That's not what I was going for.
Oh.
That's fine.
Baby, don't hurt
Baby,
me.
don't hurt me.
No more.
Anyway, that fell
All
flat.
right. Jack's going to sushi later with bears.
Oh.
I have a question.
They're not real bears.
Okay. That's my question.
But if they were, that would be interesting. I mean, bears do like raw salmon.
Oh, yeah. I thought about getting sushi, but instead I got lasagna for some reason.
Why did you get
It
lasagna?
sounds
It's
good.
a
We're
huge
not gonna
thing of
have
lasagna. We're not having that tonight.
That's
But
way too heavy to have.
I just really wanted a slice of lasagna, so I got like a 10-pound thing of lasagna. I'm basically Garfield because I hate Mondays, and I love lasagna.
There we go. I bet their beards are epic, Jack. I can see them being very nice beards.
yes.
Manicured.
So,
Don't
full.
touch the beard, though.
Don't touch it.
Fear the
Don't
beard.
touch the beard.
So, Liz, to take us home, what's our next episode on?
Jesus. Okay, let's see. Our neck. Our
Neck? Our neck.
Our
neck.
our
neck.
next episode is going to be on
Sci-fi.
science fiction that is realistic but what is it?
What is the most
Realistic,
unrealistic
science fiction.
Say it together, class. Yes.
So that is what we will be talking about. Realistic, unrealistic science fiction.
Cool.
So that should be interesting. That should be fun. I foresee so many possible rabbit holes.
Oh, there's gonna be.
Oh, it's gonna be great
That'll
fun.
happen.
It's gonna be great
That'll be
fun.
good. All right, cool. So, Jack, thanks for hanging out with us. I'm gonna have to give my mom crap later because she said she was gonna join us. I don't know what else she's
This
doing
was her
today.
episode.
This was her. Yeah, we did the topic based on what the article she sent me.
Yeah, and this is what she wanted. She specifically asked about space weather.
Yeah. And we're like, all right, we're gonna do an episode on
we'll
space
do-
weather.
And
She's
then
not
she didn't
here
even
for it.
join us.
Jeez, how
Man.
rude. God. Anyway.
Out there enjoying Oregon or something. I don't
I
know.
know. They just moved to Oregon. Living it up.
When are we moving to Oregon?
I don't know. When your work decides you could work from a different state.
Well, Brandon says that we're moving by next year.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Maybe push it to February now, not January, maybe February.
Yeah, okay.
As the days go by, you know.
Because these are the days of our
you
lives. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We will see you again next time for realistic, unrealistic science fiction. Of course, follow us on all the things. This has been Cosmos with Cosmos, The Hangover. And,
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. We'll see ya.
See you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, cool. Awesome.
I'm so glad it's done with. You know, as much as Jack's a good guy, he just gets, you know. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh no! I don't even know. This whole thing is all messed up now. So that I can't easily turn it
Can't
off.
you just manually do this?
Yeah, I gotta get real close in here to the microphone, but I don't want to yell at Jack. Bye, Jack. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
May the Schwartz